Hey everybody and welcome back. It's so great to have you here. Now I really wanted to show you guys the progress that we've made in the building since the last video. And actually, I'm gonna stop you right here. If you haven't seen it yet, please go back and watch that video. I talk a lot about my prospective plans, but more importantly, I show what this place used to look like before all of this work that we've done in the last few weeks. Now, if you've already seen that, that's great. Welcome back. If you look around, you'll notice that this place looks entirely different. Whether that's for the good or for the bad. I want to walk you guys through what we've been doing and what we have done, and I guess what's next. So let's check it out. So this is the office. This is about the same frame that I had last time in this video. Now before, this place had carpet, paneling on the walls, and this crusty old drop ceiling. And we got rid of all of that. It all went away. So all the drop ceiling frame, the nasty old carpet, and the paneling is all gone. And there was actually a lot more mess behind the paneling than I was expecting. Granted, this place is super old and I should have expected about anything, but you know how it is. It's an old building. So with that said, there was a bunch of like plaster covering the cement block that I think they actually just had the walls painted at one point. And instead of covering the walls with like drywall or framing them out and then covering that with drywall, they just put this plaster stuff right over the block and painted over that. Now, of course, on the exterior walls, like this back wall and this side wall, the temperature fluctuation basically made that plaster fail, so it's just falling off the walls. And when we're taking the paneling down, you could hear all this stuff like cascading down behind it, and it was super gross. And you know, the first few pieces I took off the wall, I didn't know what was going on because there was this like foam insulation behind the paneling protecting, you know, that concrete block, which is generally pretty cold in the wintertime. So either way, it's been kind of a mess, but we've been chipping at it here and there and it's coming off. So I think the next step, and here at the very least, is to take this ceiling down. I think we've decided that it's in too bad of shape to keep. I might try to scrape some of the old paint off and see exactly what it looks like, but honestly, it looks really, really bad. So I think we're gonna take it down and then put something new up in its place. So I think we'll start with the ceiling, and then I've been putting in a water meter because our town does charge per gallon. And then once that's done, hooked up and approved, I can have water turned on to the building, and I can get a spigot going where I can start pressure washing the walls. Now, once the walls are washed and all the old crusty paint's been removed and everything's good to go, we can actually start putting on the block sealer and then paint over top of that. And I think that in and of itself will make such a massive difference just in the way this place looks. So yeah, wash, strip, or strip, wash, primer, paint on the walls, and then the ceiling, we'll get the ceiling done, and then the floor. This is what I'm thinking for the floor, at least in here in the office. What I want to do is get a concrete grinder and grind off the top layer of this floor, because if you look closely, all the glue from the carpet is like left over on the floor on the concrete, and it looks terrible. It's so gross looking. So my plan is to chip all of that away, get it off the top of the concrete, and then put a layer of epoxy over top of it, like an epoxy finish on the floor. I think that'll look really, really, really nice. And as rough as this floor actually is, I think it'll hide a lot of the imperfections. So that's my plan for the office. Now, into the garage half of this place, we actually tore out that little room that I really wanted to go. It's gone, we tore it out, the dumpster's full. We have two massive piles of 2x4s and one pile of scrap metal that is like the drop ceiling frame out of here, and some old conduit, some old crusty pipe, and whatever else. So if you think about these kinds of projects, you start here with like the original space and how it looked when you got it. And then as you're tearing things out, it kind of bottoms out like, here, I think we're about here right now where things really can't look or be much worse. And then soon, I think the next phase of this project is the uphill swing where things actually start to look better. So I'm hoping that's the case, at least for this project. But yeah, I think that's mostly it. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an awesome day, and we will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.